Alright, welcome to part 2 of making your own Roblox exploit. Today we're just going to be making it work, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, and once you open up Visual Studio, you want to go ahead and find which project that you want to edit. So for me, it would be this cheatsense.sln. Yours will just be whatever you named it .sln, and it'll be in this big list here. If you don't have anything else here, it'll probably just be the only thing in there, so just go ahead and click that. So it's loading up right now. So here we go, we got it. If you're ever missing the designer like I am right now, it's because I'm just hovering over the XAML tab. There's two tabs down here, one's called XAML, one's called design. Just hit design and it'll be right back to it. So this is where we left off last time. I'll show you guys how to do all this. And let's go ahead and make all these buttons work. So let's start by making the easy buttons work, like the X and minus. These are really easy to actually make work. Really, for the X button, it's just this dot close. That'll just close your document. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this one too. The reason that this is the name of like the click senders is because when I copy and pasted the button, it did just make a copy of my button because that's what the name of it was when you added it to the XAML right here. When we added it the very first time, it was called my button. You can obviously change it right here, but you can also change it a little easier by just clicking on this, and then in content, not in content, just in name right up here, you can change it. So I'll call this one clear button, just so it's a little more concise and I can actually understand it. Let's go to script hub, call this one script hub button. Let's call this one inject button, and let's call this one execute button, and then openfile button, and then we'll call this close button. And when you do change a name of something after you script it, you do have to change the click sender. So let's go ahead and copy the name of the close button here, and then here if you click on the little lightning bolt, you'll see this click thing here. Just gonna take away whatever this was, go here and then press enter, and then we're gonna go ahead and delete that old one just like that. So now we have close button click. We're also going to delete this one real quick and create a new sender for that too, by just going to minimize button and then changing this to minimize button click, just like that. So now we have close button click and minimize button click. And there's actually another way to do the close button that I think is a little better, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Actually, it will be application.parent.shutdown. This is the same thing as this .close, but I think it is a little more optimized for most PCs, so we're gonna go ahead and keep it at application.current.shutdown for the close button. For the minimize button, that's gonna be Windows state equals Windows state dot minimized. So this will just be if you want to minimize it to the taskbar, you don't want it on the screen anymore because we have it at topmost. So this will be a good way to get rid of that. Now let's go ahead and make the execute button work, and we'll do it in order of this. So let's go ahead and do that. So in order to do the whole Kato thing, Kato API does update pretty often, meaning that it will no longer work if it's an obsolete version or a version that's outdated. So the easiest way to fix that issue is simply just by going to kato.team, which I will leave in the description, and clicking this download button right here. Automatically downloading Kato. It just said this for me just because, I had pressed it twice, so I don't want to worry about that. Make sure when you do download it, it's not Kato 1 and it's just Kato API.dll, or this will not work. So we're going to replace the other Kato API in there. And then we're going to go to references, add reference, and then browse, and and then Kato API. Perfect. So now we have the most updated version of Kato. So let's go about adding it to our program in the first place. So the thing about Kato API is that you need to actually initialize it in this new version of Kato. So let's go ahead and do that. That's my bad. You do not want to put it in a main window. You want to put it outside of any functions. You just want to put it inside of public partial class main window. So make sure that it's in this, but not in any of these like publics or any of these private voids or anything like that. Just keep it in public partial class main window, and then put it right up here. I'll space it out so it's easier to see. Private static Kato2, Kato equals new Kato2, just like that. So now we can actually get to doing the execute part of it. This is actually super easy because Kato is a really user-friendly API. You really just have to type kato.execute script. Make sure you add these at the end because it is a function. Now you may be wondering why it is underlined in red. Don't even worry about that, because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be showing what it's actually going to be executing. So let's go over to our what's it called, our text editor. Let's get the name, so script holder. Go ahead and copy that. We're gonna put this and then script holder.text. So it'll execute anything that's in script holder.text. And just to actually go ahead and test this to show you guys that the execute button is now working. We're not gonna go ahead and open Roblox, but you know, I don't know, something like that. And then this obviously is an arbitrary script, but just by clicking execute, it's going to tell you to please launch Roblox first, which does tell you that your execute button is working. If it does not say that when you click execute, you did something wrong, just go back in the video a little bit and see if you could follow along just a little bit better. As you can see, when I did press the X, it also did close. So that is another working button just to make sure that the close button works. Now we're going to go ahead and make the open file button work. So there are a few things you need before you actually go ahead and start typing the script. But just for the sake of the video, I'm gonna just start typing it. And if I do get errors, you will too. And we're gonna fix them together. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's start by doing Microsoft Win32 and then open file dialog. We're just gonna name it open file dialog. And that's just going to equal, we're going to press tab to go ahead and complete that for us. We didn't get any errors so far, which means that we are using everything that we could be using currently. So now we're going to call what we just created and then make an initial directory, system.windows.forms.application.startup path. Basically what this will do is it'll start the Windows form of the open file dialog, and it will go ahead and open that for you so you can open files and things and put them into Avalon editor. So let's do that. So get our name again, show dialog. Now you can just put show, but show dialog will actually make it so that you can't click back on your exploit, and it makes it a little more legit. So I just do show dialog, but you can do show if you want to. I think this is better though, so I'd say do this. And then we're going to have it filter now. So we're going to make it so it can only get txt files, so you can't just go ahead and put an exe file into your Avalon editor, because that would just break it. So let's do like this. Then make sure you type this exactly like this. I will have these scripts in the Discord like last time, so you can go ahead and copy this. But yeah. I think Lua and TXT is it. So I'm gonna just break it at that. And then we're gonna have open file dialog title equals page. Alright, and then if, so now we're gonna make it so it actually goes into the editor. So if the result is true, gonna add the brackets, Avalon editor text equals file read all text, open file dialog, and file name. If you are getting any errors in here, and this is called script holder, not just the basic name. So if you are getting any errors in here, just so you know, that is because you did not follow the last tutorial. These tutorials will be in order by parts, and if you want to go ahead and not follow that, then this is everything that is being used to not get any errors in that code back there. But yeah, now we have ourselves a working open file button, so let's go ahead and try it out. Opens up in open file directory. So now let me go ahead and just let's go ahead and try it from here. We're gonna open the readme file. Let's see, what did we do wrong? It did break. I think we have an unfinished, oh, my bad. I did not specifically put txt, my bad, okay. If that happens for y'all, go ahead and do that. So let me just test out minimize button. The minimize button does work, that is good. Let's go ahead and open the file. And then let me get a text file. Boom. So I opened up a text file, and as you can see, it did work. And yeah, this is just the waxx readme file, but as you can see, it works. Now we're gonna go ahead and make this clear button work so we can get this empty pretty easily. So let's go ahead and do that. Making the clear button work is very easy. Just go ahead and double click on that, and we're just going to put script holder dot text equals pretty much nothing. So let's go ahead and test that out. I'm gonna go ahead and open the waxx file again, and we're gonna clear it. So yeah, as you can see, it all works. As you can see, also the syntax works. Everything on this side of the buttons is working. These two buttons are working, and now we just need to make these two buttons work. So let's go ahead and do that. Very easy to do. I'm gonna start with the inject button, double click this, and if you did name all of your things before you started clicking on them, that is good, because it'll just automatically put it here and you don't have to go through the trouble of renaming it and recreating it every time. But yeah, so that's why I told you to name it in the beginning, and you should be getting like clear button click, inject button click, stuff like that after naming it. So on inject button click, really as easy as just typing Kato inject. Boom. So this will inject you into Roblox. So let's go ahead and try this out. Please don't struggle us first. So that means that our inject button is now working, and pretty much every button on this page is working except for script hub. So let's go ahead and make script hub work. So for this to work, you will need another window to open. So let's go ahead and make that. I think if I just right click this and then add new window. So yeah, right click CSense, add yourself a new WPF window, and then hit, you can actually name it. I'm gonna go ahead and name it script hub. That's ammo. So now we're working with another menu. I'm just going to do this quickly because by this time you should know how to do this. If you don't know how to do this, then you can go ahead and rewatch the old video. I am going to speed through this by, time-lapsing it or whatever, just so that it is a little bit less boring to watch, and you guys can go ahead and do this at your own pace, and you don't really have to worry about this. If I do go too fast, you can go ahead and pause the video and wait till you're done creating your thing to actually go ahead and start the tutorial again. So yeah. So one thing, just returning from the time lapse, what I'm gonna do, just for the sake of congruency, I can go ahead and copy everything that's on the other executor, and I'm gonna paste it into the script hub just by taking my mouse, going over everything, holding Control and C, and then going back over here, tapping on the screen, and tapping right here and hitting Control and V. So this will bring everything in here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and delete everything that I don't want to be on this page, including the minimize button, because we don't really need that. And then we're just gonna make it smaller, and we're gonna make it work. So yeah. Alright, so we finished our little design here for the script hub. So I'll show you guys how to actually add buttons on here that do work in the next video, but for now I'm gonna just show you how to open up this form. So let's do that. Double click on the script hub button. So you get this script hub button, click, and then I'm gonna show you guys how to go ahead and script this. Super easy to do. All you have to do, make sure this button stays enabled, because for whatever reason we don't want it to just randomly get disabled, because then you will no longer be able to open the script hub. So just as an extra precaution, we're just gonna type is enabled, and we're gonna go ahead and set that to true. Then we're gonna go ahead and we're going to type script hub equals new script hub. Then we're just gonna have script hub show dialog. Make sure it is not just show, because show will just make it so that you can open 1,000 of them, and you don't want that. You want to only be able to open one of these script hubs. So what's our error? I think I may know what our error is. Yeah, I think it has to do with the code on here. Let me just right click, view code. Yeah, the X button actually doesn't work right now on the other one. That's not a big issue. Let's go ahead and find the X button on this one. Close button, copy that, bring it over here, and then add it here. Now let's go ahead and start it. So we have our stuff, open file, clear, script hub, and then here's the script hub, and it isn't draggable. So let's go ahead and fix that. Also, because we are now messing with an entire application, for this you want to just do this dot close, so that only this closes and not the entire application. So that's kind of the reason that this closes the entire thing, because this will close any other thing like the script hub too, and we just want this to close when we press that. So that's why that's there. Let's go ahead and make this draggable. So same as the last video, you're just going to get yourself this script that you have in your other window, go over here, view code, and then just paste it inside of the brackets. Doesn't matter where you do it, but yeah, now we should be good. We're going to go ahead, and I'm pretty sure this is already called MB. It is not. Wait, no, this should be. It's not. Let's go ahead and name this MB as well. Or actually, let's just call it SHB. So it's script hub background. Then let's go SHB and mouse down. And then in this, in the actual window itself, actually, I'm gonna go over here and then get the mouse down function here. So let me find that. There it is. So SHB underscore mouse down. And I guess we could press enter here, but that'll just bring us here. And now let's go ahead and try it. So script hub, as you can see, we can't click outside of it, only on the rectangle, and we can move it around. And yeah, so what I wanted to do in this video was actually get to showing you guys how to go ahead and animate this and make it like pop up smoothly, but that is a pretty difficult process. So I guess we'll be doing that in the next video. along with adding stuff to our script hub here. And I'll be showing you guys how to make the list work here. So yeah, as of right now, you have a fully working executor. Besides, you're just missing a script hub and you're missing a script list that you can put scripts in here. But those two things do take a little bit of time. So in the next video, that will have a video of its own, as well as if I have time in the next video, I'll be showing you how to make this smoothly fade in whenever you open it. So yeah, that's it for this video. Codes, as always, will be in the Discord, and I hope this helped you out. So yeah, peace.